You have $1,000 in your bank account. The richest man in the world has $200 billion. But here's the strange part. He thinks about that money almost exactly the way you should think about your $1,000. Most people never learn this. That's why they stay stuck. You're about to see the difference. Right now, you probably think rich people got rich because they earn more money than you. That feels true. But it's not the real reason. Because plenty of people earn six figures and still live paycheck to paycheck. And plenty of people earn average salaries and quietly become millionaires. So it's not about how much you make. It's about what you do with it the moment it lands in your hands. Here's what happens in a normal person's mind. You get paid. You feel relief. You feel like you finally have permission to spend. New shoes. A nice dinner. That thing you saw online 3 days ago. And whatever is left over, if anything is left over, gets saved. That's the order most people follow. Earn. Spend. Save the leftovers. But here's the shocking part. The wealthiest 1% flip that order completely. They earn. They save and invest first. Then they spend whatever remains. Same income. Same bills. Completely different outcome. It's like two people filling a bucket with holes in it. One person pours water in, watches most of it leak out, and saves whatever's left. The other person scoops out a cup of water first, sets it aside safely, then lets the rest leak. 10 years later, one person has an empty bucket. The other has a shelf full of cups. That's the entire secret hiding in plain sight. Now you're probably wondering, why doesn't everyone just do this? If it's this simple, why isn't everyone rich? Here's why. Your brain is wired against you. Thousands of years ago, humans didn't plan for retirement. They planned for today. Find food today. Stay safe today. Tomorrow wasn't guaranteed, so tomorrow didn't matter much. That instinct never left us. It's still running in the background of your mind every single day. That's why spending money feels good right now. And saving money feels like nothing at all, at least not immediately. Your brain rewards you instantly for pleasure. It does not reward you instantly for patience. So without even realizing it, you're fighting biology every time you try to save. Almost nobody realizes this. They think they have a money problem. Really, they have an ancient wiring problem. But knowing this changes everything. Because once you understand the wiring, you can outsmart it. And that's exactly what the wealthy learn to do. If this is opening your eyes a little, hit like right now. It genuinely helps this message reach more people who need to hear it. And stick around, because part 2 reveals exactly what the wealthy do differently, and the mistakes that quietly keep everyone else stuck. So let's talk about what the wealthy actually do differently. Not theories. Actual habits. First, they pay themselves first. The moment money arrives, a portion moves away instantly. Before rent. Before groceries. Before anything fun. It's automatic, so willpower is never required. Second, they treat money like a tool, not a trophy. A regular dollar sitting in a bank account is just a dollar. But a dollar invested becomes a tiny worker. It goes out, it earns more money, and it brings that money home. Then it goes back out and does it again. Imagine hiring an employee who never sleeps, never complains, and never stops working for you. That's what invested money becomes over time. Most people only have one worker in their life: themselves. Wealthy people build an army of tiny workers made of money. Third, they understand a strange kind of math called compounding. Here's a simple way to picture it. Imagine a tiny snowball at the top of a hill. At first, it looks pathetic, barely worth noticing. But as it rolls downhill, it picks up more snow. The bigger it gets, the faster it grows. By the bottom of the hill, that tiny snowball is a boulder. Money works the same way. In the beginning, growth feels invisible, boring even. But here's what happened next that surprised everyone. The people who stayed patient in the boring years ended up with the boulder. The people who quit early never even saw the hill start to work in their favor. This is the hidden truth almost nobody tells you. Getting wealthy isn't about one lucky break. It's about surviving the boring middle part long enough for the snowball to grow. Now let's talk about where most people go wrong. Mistake number 1. Waiting for extra money to start saving. If you can't manage a small amount, a bigger amount won't fix that habit. It just creates bigger mistakes. Mistake number 2. Trying to look rich instead of becoming rich. A fancy car sitting in a driveway doesn't grow. It shrinks in value every single year. Meanwhile, money placed in the right accounts grows quietly while you sleep. Mistake number 3. Ignoring small leaks. A few dollars here, a subscription there. Added together over years, they can quietly cost you the equivalent of a car, a vacation, or even a house down payment. So here's what you actually do starting today. Move a portion of every payment away immediately. Automate it, so willpower is never the deciding factor. Let time do the heavy lifting, and don't panic during slow periods. Increase your savings as your income grows, instead of increasing your spending. This changes everything once it clicks. Wealth was never really about how much you make. It was about the relationship you build with the money you already have. The wealthiest people on earth simply respect small amounts of money enough to protect them early, and trust time enough to let it work quietly in the background. You have the same snowball, the same hill. The only question is whether you start pushing it today, or wait until the hill feels steeper and the years feel shorter. If this made you see money differently, subscribe so you don't miss what comes next. Comment one word below, the one thing you're going to change starting today.